everyone, RogueGold here, and today we're back with some pretty exciting Division Heartland news. I think you all know by now that for the past year and a half, it has been my sole quest in life to keep you all updated on the latest happenings with the Division Heartland, and today is a pretty exciting update because the game has just received its official rating in the United States. Now, if you've watched the past few of my Heartland videos, you'll know we talked about how it received its rating in Korea 2 or 3 months ago. It then got rated in Brazil more recently, and so now that it's getting more and more countries, the United States is undoubtedly one of the biggest gaming markets globally. This is definitely a pretty big sign that the game is nearing its release, whether that be this calendar year or up until the end of fiscal 2022 like Ubisoft has it assigned to, who knows, but until then we have this pretty exciting update to cover. So just before we dive in here, big shout out to Delirium, who is always on top of sending me links to this stuff immediately after it drops. I really appreciate it, and we're going to cover this right now. Let's get into it. Alright, so from what I saw, this first broke by GameStop here yesterday, and so I just want to quickly go through the actual article here and read what it says, because the listing actually does give some pretty interesting details about the game itself, and that'll give a few of my thoughts at the end. So, The Division Heartland, Ubisoft's upcoming free-to-play Division game, has been rated for release in America, which suggests the game might be set to launch relatively soon. The ESRB rating contains a listing for Heartland on all of the main platforms that we would expect. The rating group assigned the title with an M rating, which again, not surprising because that's what the Division 1 and 2 had. It says the rating description doesn't give away much, but it does mention how players will take on the role of an elite government agent trying to restore order. Again, not a huge surprise. That's typically what a Division game involves. All right, well, let's go down here now and talk about some of the actual details that the rating gives. Players use machine guns, rifles, and explosives to kill members of hostile factions. Battles can be frenetic at times, highlighted by realistic gunfire, cries of pain, blood splatter effects, and explosions, the rating's description says. Cutscenes depict further instances of violence, non-combatant characters executed at close range, a silhouetted scene of a Russian roulette culminating in a headshot, first-person camera footage of a gunfight, captives hit with bats or hammers. Blood pools are sometimes depicted under corpses. The F and S words appear in the game. The ESRB ratings also mentions that Heartland will have microtransactions, which is no surprise given the game uses a free-to-play business model. So again, all of that stuff isn't necessarily shocking for a Division game, but it is definitely interesting to get some specific details about what is giving the game its M rating, and yeah, just anytime we hear more about specifically what is in the Division Heartland, it's super compelling, and the fact that, again, Red Storm is able to show all this off to get that rating, means nothing else that it's nearing completion. So that's pretty exciting. And then the last bit down here says, Heartland does not have a release date, but as mentioned, the fact that the ESRB now has assigned the game a rating suggests its release might be right around the corner. Now, just to give my own thoughts on that, I don't think that this necessarily, confirms or anything that it's still coming out this calendar year. I think the game could still release anytime between now and the end of March, which is the end of Ubisoft's fiscal 2022. I tried to do some research back when we got the ratings for Brazil and whatnot, if receiving a rating kind of confirms any sort of timeline towards a release, and it seems inconsistent. Sometimes games get their ratings and they release weeks later, sometimes they get them 6 months in advance, so it's really no telltale sign of the exact timeline until release, but it is absolutely a big next step for the game that they're moving towards release now that it's been rated in 3 major countries around the world, including the United States, which is, like I said at the beginning, by far one of the biggest gaming markets in the world. So there you have it, folks. That is the latest exciting new development on the Division Heartland. Absolutely wanted to make a quick video and cover that to let you know all of the latest details. And yeah, really looking forward to what we learn next about the Division Heartland. And like I said, now that it has been rated in the United States, I'm just, really looking forward to when we could expect to hear some further details about the game that Ubisoft can release publicly to us. That's what we're all waiting for, and I think it's on the horizon. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you can be updated every time I upload. Let me know your thoughts about the fact that the Division Heartland has received its official ESRB rating in the United States. What do you think that signifies about the game's progress? When do you think it will ultimately release? And let me know what you think about any of the interesting little descriptions they gave about the rating here. Again, nothing terribly shocking for a Division game, but it is always interesting to get some of those details, so I'll be very curious, as always, to read through your thoughts. That's going to do it for me today, everybody. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until the next one, guys, RogueGold out.